Hi, Randy from Quad Education here, helping students achieve their dream college. Today's question comes to us from the math section of an ACT exam, and it's question number 54 out of 60, so it's meant to be a little challenging, but there's actually a simple way to approach this problem. The question reads, given that p is a positive number and n is a negative number, and the absolute value of p is greater than the absolute value of n, which of the following expressions has the greatest value? Well, being that they gave us a set of rules, the best way to approach this problem is to plug in numbers that satisfy those rules. So really, any number that you plug in would work, but for p as a positive number, I'm just going to say that p is equal to 4. The next step is that n is a negative number. I'm going to say that n is equal to a negative 2. Now we just want to be sure that the absolute value of p is greater than the absolute value of the n that we plugged in. And just as a reminder, the absolute value of a number is always the positive version of that number. So the absolute value of a positive 4 is still positive 4, and the absolute value of a negative 2 is a positive 2. 4 is greater than 2, so the numbers that I chose do satisfy this rule or this requirement. So we can now continue with the equation. It goes on to ask which of the following expressions has the greatest value. So that means that one of our answer choices has the greatest value. We're now going to take our p and our n and plug them into each answer choice. So in the case of F, we would have 4 minus a negative 2 divided by 4, and the absolute value of that. Well, 4 minus a negative 2 is the same as saying 4 plus 2, which would make it 6 over 4. And since 6 over 4 is already positive, we don't need to worry about the absolute value sign. And that would just be 6 over 4, which would be 1.5. Okay, now that we know that p minus n is 6, we don't have to do that again for choice G. We could simply just plug in a 6 over here, and our n is a negative 2. The absolute value of 6 divided by 2 would be a negative 3, the absolute value of a negative 3, and that would be equal to a positive 3. So far, G is higher than F. That's a greater value, so we're going to hold on to G. P plus n would be 4 plus a negative 2, which is 4 minus 2, and that would just be 2. And we already know that p minus n is equal to 6 from our choices F and G. So that is automatically going to be less than G because that's a fraction. 1/3 is less than 3. Choice J, we already know that our numerator is 2, so we don't have to make that up again or calculate that again. And our p is going to be 4. Once again, that's a fraction, that's 1/2. So that's still less than our 3 from choice G. And then if we look at K, p plus n, we already know is 2. 2 divided by a negative 2 is going to equal a negative 1. The absolute value of a negative 1 is equal to 1. But 1 is still less than choice G. So the greatest value would be choice G. Thank you for watching. Please tune into our channel for more videos on tackling SAT and ACT concepts. Bye for now.